Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I get a lot, which is that do I need to do anything extra for businesses or can I just sell them my copywriting? And the answer to this question is no, or not really. So I think a big misconception in the copywriting space is that you are just selling your writing. That if you're a copywriter, it doesn't matter what type you are, if you are email, SEO, or brand, that you are just selling your writing. And businesses will need it because of how persuasive and how good it is, and they will pay you lots of money for it. And I think lots of creators in this space definitely fuel this misconception because they say you can make X amount of money selling emails or just writing emails, they say. And that's not actually true. That is a complete lie. You can't do that because what you're actually making money from is conversions through your email marketing systems that you create for businesses. And yes, technically it is thousands from writing emails, but they're sort of disguising the amount of work and skill that actually goes into it. So, for example, take myself as an example. Like I'm a copywriter. I write stuff for businesses, and that's how I brand myself as a copywriter. But the core offering that I give them is SEO, is marketing for their website. And copywriting is the thing that I add on top. Now, I think this is what I want people to start thinking of copywriting as, is this sort of this umbrella term or this additional skill on top of a core marketing skill. So a lot of email marketers are now copywriters because they write lots of emails and they're very good at writing emails, but they still have that core foundational service of being able to produce email, flows and stuff like that. And I think this is a big misconception that's flying around, which is that you can just sell the writing to businesses and they'll do everything else. But I really don't think that is the reality. So I think anyone looking to become a copywriter, it's so I get asked this question a lot. It's just saying, oh, can I just give them emails or do I need to sort of do all the email marketing software as well? And I always say, yes, you should do all the email marketing software as well. And also you should want to as well, because even if you were just selling email writing to businesses, which I generally don't think happens that much, but if you were to do that, I'm sure there are some situations where people do that. You're never going to get paid as much and you're never going to be as useful to a business, because why would they pay so much for writing? It's more important who you're marketing to necessarily than the marketing, right? Take an example, right? If you had, 10, if you had like two copywriters, okay, one of them is, the best writer in the world, the best copywriter, everything he writes turns to gold, like it's amazing. And then you take another copywriter who's sort of bang average. The very, very skilled copywriter will, could potentially write an email for a company, but if they sell to 100 people that are cold and not really willing to, not willing to buy, it doesn't matter how good that email is. It doesn't matter how good the writing is in that email. It's not going to convert. Whereas if you then take the bang average copywriter who isn't very good, but then they write an email into a flow of 1,000 warmed up customers, they're going to get a much better conversion rate because these people are already kind of willing to buy, and then you're going to be selling to them, and then it's going to be quite easy to convert them anyway. And then that copywriter will get much better results, even though if their writing is not as good. Okay. So in a way, this is why businesses won't buy copywriting or writing or content on its own, because that's not really important. What's important is who you're selling to and what you're selling them and the timing and the techniques and the sales process that you go through. That's what actually makes the difference. So taking my own work, for example, it's not necessarily what I write. It's the topics that I write about that are hitting the right search terms that are getting the traffic. And then my well-written articles are a nice to have on top of that. And it's the same with email copywriting. The well-written emails and the sort of high click-through rate is a nice to have, but in reality, it's the flows which are the core, the foundation of the service. Because at the end of the day, you're providing a marketing service, and marketing is to get more clients for your client. So that's the difference basically, and that's why businesses won't buy writing itself. So yeah. So I recommend, if you are into writing emails, that's what you want to do, you want to be an email copywriter, then get really good at Klaviyo is a great one to start with. Get good at using ConvertKit is another one. Beehive, there's loads. MailChimp. Get good at using one of those platforms, or all of them, because your client might be using one or the other and they might not want to switch. And when you are trying to land them, you need to tell them, yes, I am a professional with one of these platforms. Even if you're not very good at using it, just say, yes, I'm a professional, I can use this very well, I know how to use it. If you, like me, like long form content, you like writing articles, blogs, that kind of thing, then either become very good at content management systems like WordPress or some of the other ones that I can't think of right now, or become very good at SEO. So start using SEMrush, Ahrefs, Google Search Console, like any of the others, right? And have that as an additional skill. So, and then that will make you a lot more attractive to a business, because then you are a full service. Because you think, like, your job as a business yourself, because as a copywriter you are essentially a small business, like your job is to alleviate pain for businesses, and these platforms and softwares take time and effort and energy and cost, and they don't want to deal with it. If you can come along and say, I will deal with it all for you and it's all sorted, they're going to hire you. Whereas if you say, okay, I'm just going to give you writing, it doesn't really save them much time. It might get them more customers, but it would be better to get them more customers and save them time. And that's so much more attractive to a business. So yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a short one today, but yeah, don't think that you can just sell writing. You can't. You have to have an additional skill behind it to sort of back up the writing. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you want to join a free copywriting community, there's a link in the bio to my school community. Please join. We've got over 500 members now. If you want your copy reviewed by other copywriters, it's a great place, and it's just good for discussion, just hang out, and everyone in there's a beginner copywriter. So if you've never done any copywriting, you'll be right at home. So yeah, thanks for watching.